Hi, my name's Kerry, and my project today is to replace some obsolete valves in a sprinkler manifold. What I found when I dug this manifold up is that there is an old brass valve at the end of the manifold that is very corroded and could be a problem in the future. So what I'll do is just cut it out and install an automatic drain. The next step is to cut away the timer wires from the valves and get them out of the way so that I can spin the valves out of the manifold. Here I'm checking the timer wire to make sure that I didn't damage it when I was digging the manifold up. Now that I have the timer wires out of the way, what I will do is start making my cuts on the downstream side of the manifold so that I can spin the valves out. These valves are so close together that I need to remove the solenoids and screw the flow control stand in on the valves so that I can create enough space to spin the valves out. Here I'm just taking the final valve and turning it to a diagonal so that I can create enough space to get the third valve out of the manifold. Once the third valve is out, it'll go pretty easy on the fourth valve. Now that all the valves are out of the manifold, I'll just take my trenching shovel and clean out the excess dirt that I don't need in the hole. Now I'll take a 1-inch coupling, a 1x1/2 threaded bushing, and an automatic drain and glue on the end of the manifold so that when the water's shut off, it will automatically drain and there won't be freeze problems in the manifold. I like these automatic drains because they have a rubber diaphragm inside drains, so if there's a little bit of trash or small rocks or anything in the piping, they don't tend to fail as much as the drains that have a ball and spring. So in the fall, when the water is shut off to the sprinkler system, the drain will automatically open up and drain the water away in the manifold. Here I'm using a wire brush to clean the dirt and Teflon tape away from the threads on the male adapters so that I can have a nice clean surface when I spin the valves in. So now it's time to thread in the new valves, and what I'm using here is a Rainbird Union valve, and I really like these valves because you just have to thread the valve onto the male adapter and hand tighten the valve and you're done. The valve has an internal O-ring that tightens against the male adapter to keep it from leaking. Here I'm using a 3/4 inch PVC elbow slip by slip and a 1 by 3/4 inch male adapter to connect this valve to the piping. Remember to use primer first before you glue, and if possible let the glue set at least an hour before you put water pressure to it. So now that I have all the valves in, what I've done is turned the water pressure back on in the sprinkler system to make sure I don't have any leaks here in the manifold. The final step is to rewire the sprinkler valves, and what you do is take one wire from each valve and attach them to the common wire. Doesn't matter which wire from the valve you use, and the other wire on the valve is the station wire. So this is what the finished manifold looks like, and I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching.